The top headlines this news wheel as the Ministry of External Affairs responds to the Bangladesh turmoil and situation over targeting of Hindus, asks them to ensure the safety of minorities in Bangladesh in a written statement in the parliament today. Prime Minister Narendra Modi meets External Affairs Minister Jaishankar amid India's concerns over Bangladesh situation after the ISKCON priest's arrest. Briefs him on all the neighbouring tensions, of course, key focus on Pakistan and Bangladesh. Explosion heard at Delhi's Prashant Vihar locality. The cops have cordoned off the area to investigate the entire incident. Further, white powder like chemical substance has been recovered from the blast site. It is now being linked to the CRPF school area blast in Rohini just a month back. Latest in the Sambhal Violence. Reports from forensic teams show 41 rounds were fired by the rioters. 3 people have been arrested. A new audio clip on which the police has now taken action as well. With Devendra Fadnavis set to be the Maharashtra Chief Minister again, the focus now shifts on the portfolios. Fadnavis, Eknath Shinde and Ajit Pawar, the leaders of the Mahayuti alliance, to meet Union Home Minister Amit Shah in the national capital today. And while the stage is set, Hemant Soren shortly from now is all set to take oath as the 14th Chief Minister of Jharkhand. Several key leaders from India Bloc and other political parties are present for the ceremony, including Akhilesh Yadav, Tejasvi Yadav, and of course, you've got Mamata Banerjee on the stage. Priyanka Gandhi Vadra makes her parliament debut, takes oath as the Lok Sabha member of parliament from Wayanad after a massive win from the parliamentary constituency. Well, heavy rains continue in Tamil Nadu as cyclone Fengal approaches. Flights have been affected, holidays declared for the schools as well. We'll tell you all about it. Stay tuned. All right then, as per the latest, Foreign Minister S. Jaishankar, he earlier met with Prime Minister Narendra Modi, signalling the high-level discussions crucial on the geopolitical and regional matters that surround India at the moment. The agenda, of course, included an in-depth review of the evolving situation in Bangladesh, where political tensions are escalating ahead of the upcoming elections. When will those take place? Well, nobody knows under the interim government. And, of course, Pakistan as well, where internal instability and diplomatic challenges continue to dominate the headlines. But that particular statement on your screens is, of course, MOS MEA Kirti's statement that has been issued in the parliament in form of writing on the question of will the Minister of External Affairs be pleased to state whether there is an increase in the incidents of desecration and damages to Hindu temples and deities in Bangladesh. If so, whether the government has taken up the issue with the Bangladesh government, and if so, the response of the Bangladesh government and the efforts made by them to stop such incidents. Of course, the answer by Shri Kirti Vardhan Singh read as form of that written submission in the parliament. Take a look at this. He said several incidents of desecration and damages to Hindu temples and deities in Bangladesh have been reported in the past few months. The government of India has expressed its concerns about such incidents, including the attack on a puja mandap in Tanti Bazar, Dhaka, and the theft at the Jiroshwari Kali temple at Sakht Khira during the Durga Puja 2024. The government has also called upon the government of Bangladesh to ensure the safety and security of Hindus and all minorities and their places of worship. The primary responsibility for the protection of life and liberty of all citizens of Bangladesh, including minorities, especially Hindus, rests with the government of Bangladesh. This has been submitted as a statement by the Ministry of External Affairs in the Parliament, of course, in the written format. Now, additionally, the meeting between External Affairs Minister Jaishankar and Prime Minister Narendra Modi, it covered a broader strategic concerns, including India's role in addressing regional security dynamics. You've got cross-border relations and its approach to maintaining stability in South Asia. Earlier, sources had suggested that during that meet between External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar and Prime Minister Modi, if the houses function smoothly, then the government is ready to make a statement on the house on the Bangladesh situation. Well, that written statement comes shortly after, and this comes amid the growing global scrutiny of developments in the region, underscoring the importance of India's diplomatic and strategic response for the entirety of Global South. Meanwhile, the Bangladesh High Court today refused to pass a suo motu order on banning ISKCON's activities in the country after being informed that authorities concerned have taken necessary measures in this regard. Meanwhile, the Bangladesh government told the court that it has taken a firm stance against any attempt to create unrest or chaos centered on the murder of a lawyer in Chittagong following the arrest of a former ISKCON leader. Additional Attorney General Barrister Anik R. Haq and Deputy Attorney General Muhammad Asaduddin informed the court bench comprising Justice Farah Mahboob and Justice Devashish Roy Chaudhary of the government's position. The state said that the matter had been given the highest priority by the government, adding that 3 cases had been filed in connection with the incident and 33 people have been arrested. Yeah. Well, moving on, the NSG team is on site at Delhi's Prashant Vihar, examining the low-intensity blast, which was eerily similar to the one on the 20th of October in the same area. Now, forensics team are currently collecting samples with white powder that has been detected at the scene, resembling substances found in the earlier blast. And both these incidents occurred within close proximity, one near a CRPF school wall and the other just steps away from Delhi Police Crime Branch office. Initial analysis of the white powder suggests a mix of hydrogen peroxide, dihydrogen peroxide, borate and nitrate chemicals commonly used in mining and cosmetics. Authorities are currently investigating the motive behind these repeated blasts in the same vicinity. A PCR call was received at 11:48 a.m. reporting an explosion at Bansi Sweets in the Prashant Vihar area. The area has now been cordoned off by the cops, and the NIA and forensic teams are there on the spot, ascertaining the exact intensity of the blast and of course the compounds that were used in making this blast mix. Of course, eerily similar to what we saw near the CRPF school wall in Rohini as well, ladies and gentlemen. Well, now in a major breakthrough in the Bengaluru prison's terror conspiracy case, the NIA successfully secured the extradition of a key Lashkar-e-Toiba fugitive, Salman Khan from Rwanda. Now, Salman Rahman Khan, that's the full name, identified as member of the banned terrorist organization, had facilitated the supply of weapons, ammunition and explosive to support terrorist activities in Bengaluru. The CBI's Global Operations Center worked in close coordination with the NIA and Interpol National Central Bureau, Kigali, to secure Salman Rahman Khan's return to India from Rwanda. The NIA had initiated a case in 2023 regarding a criminal plot to spread terrorism in Bengaluru, with a corresponding FIR registered at Hebbal police station in Bengaluru. Following NIA's request, the CBI secured an Interpol red notice against Salman Rahman Khan on the 2nd of August this year, which was distributed to law enforcement agencies worldwide to locate the wanted individual. Authorities traced Salman Rahman Khan to Rwanda, where the CBI sought support from Interpol's National Central Bureau in Kigali. An NIA security team brought him back to India on the 28th of November. This operation follows recent successful extraditions from Saudi Arabia, including Barkat Ali Khan, wanted by the CBI for a 2012 case involving writing and explosive substances, and Rehan, sought by Kerala police for sexual offences against a minor. Now, the CBI, serving as India's National Central Bureau for Interpol, maintains close cooperation with domestic law enforcement agencies, and since 2021, they have facilitated the return of 100 wanted criminals to India through Interpol channels, including 26 in the year 2024 alone. Shifting our focus to a tragic incident involving an Air India pilot, Shrishti Tully, 25 years old. It's raised public concerns. She was found dead in her Mumbai apartment on the 25th of November, with initial reports suggesting suicide by hanging. No suicide note has been found by the investigating agencies at this point in time. But her boyfriend, 27-year-old Aditya Pandit, has been arrested on charges of abetment to suicide. The family alleges mental harassment and public humiliation with suspicion about financial extortion. They claim 65,000 rupees were transferred from Shrishti's account to Aditya's family members. And Shrishti and Aditya had been in a strained relationship after meeting 2 years ago during the pilot training. While Shrishti succeeded in securing an Air India job last year, Aditya failed his examinations, leading to the current tensions. On the evening of her death, after an argument, Aditya left for Delhi but returned after receiving a distress call from Shrishti. She was found unresponsive, and despite being rushed to a hospital, she was declared dead. Well, we're going to quickly cut across to Hemant Soren, who's going to be sworn in as the 14th Chief Minister of Jharkhand. Let's dip across.
संविधान के प्रति
मैं विधि द्वारा स्थापित भारत के संविधान के प्रति सच्ची श्रद्धा और निष्ठा रखूंगा।
मैं भारत की प्रभुता
एवं अखंडता अक्षुण्ण रखूंगा।
मैं झारखंड राज्य के मुख्यमंत्री के रूप में अपने कर्तव्यों का श्रद्धापूर्वक और शुद्धि अंतःकरण से निर्वहन करूंगा तथा मैं भय या पक्षपात, अनुराग या द्वेष के बिना सभी प्रकार के लोगों के प्रति संविधान और विधि के अनुसार न्याय करूंगा। मैं
अपना नाम हेमंत सोरेन सत्यनिष्ठा से प्रतिज्ञा करता हूं कि जो विषय झारखंड के राज्य के मुख्यमंत्री के रूप में मेरे विचार के लिए लाया जाएगा अथवा मुझे ज्ञात होगा, उसे किसी प्रकार व्यक्ति या व्यक्तियों को तब के सिवाय जबकि ऐसे मुख्यमंत्री के रूप में अपने कर्तव्यों के समय निर्वहन के लिए ऐसा करना अपेक्षित हो, मैं प्रत्यक्ष अथवा अप्रत्यक्ष रूप से संसूचित या प्रकट नहीं करूंगा।
पहले साइन कर लीजिए।
माननीय राज्यपाल जी, कृपया समारोह के समापन की अनुमति दी जाए।
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
Well, so Hemant Soren sworn in as the 14th Chief Minister of Jharkhand. On the stage, of course, other India Bloc members as well, Tejashwi Yadav, Akhilesh Yadav and Mamta Banerjee in presence as well. But we're going to shift our focus here very quickly because the case of former IAS probationer Pooja Khedkar, it had captured national attention, and now the Delhi High Court has reserved its decision on her anticipatory bail plea. Pooja Khedkar faces serious allegations of fraud related to her 2022 UPSC Civil Services examination application with claims that she misrepresented her identity and submitted false documentation to avail benefits under the OBC and disability quotas. And the accusations also include discrepancies in her disability certificate and allegations of high-handedness, use of that VIP power of changing her identity across multiple examination attempts, raising questions about the integrity of the recruitment process altogether. Now, both the Delhi Police and the UPSC have opposed Pooja Khedkar's bail plea, citing the need for custodial interrogation to uncover a potential larger conspiracy. Authorities have also expressed concerns about evidence tampering if she is granted relief. Adding another layer to the controversy, the UPSC has accused Khedkar of committing perjury by allegedly misleading the court regarding the collection of biometric data during the examination process. Now, while Khedkar has denied all allegations, claiming the case is motivated by a sexual harassment complaint she previously filed, the High Court has granted her interim protection from the arrest, which remains in place as the decision is awaited. This case continues to highlight critical questions, needless to say, about transparency and accountability in India's civil service examination system. Another major development that came out of the Supreme Court, one must pay attention. The Supreme Court raised concerns over what it said was a worrying trend of rape cases being filed after consensual relationships turn sour. The court also said that a prolonged physical relationship between couples without protest or demands for marriage by the female partner indicated a consensual relationship rather than one based on a false pretext of marriage. A bench of Justices B.V. Nagaratna and N. Koteshwar Singh was hearing a petition seeking a quashing of an FIR for rape filed by a woman against the man after their relationship ended. Now, take a look at this. This is what the Supreme Court said. It is evident from the large number of cases decided by this court dealing with similar matters as discussed above that there is a worrying trend that consensual relationships going on for prolonged periods upon turning sour have been sought to be criminalized by invoking criminal jurisprudence. The bench also sought to distinguish between consensual relationships and relationship based on the false pretext of marriage. It also stated that a female partner may engage in physical relationships with a man for reasons other than a promise of marriage, such as personal affection without a marriage commitment. They also went on to say, in our opinion, the longer the duration of the physical relationship between the partners without protest and insistence by the female partner for marriage would be indicative of a consensual relationship rather than a relationship based on false promise of marriage by the male partner, and thus based on misconception of the fact, according to the court. Well, time for us to slip into a quick commercial break here, but top developments vis-a-vis the Sambhal violence right on the other side. Keep watching News9.
Truth. Truth can divide a nation, barely born.
At the stroke of the midnight hour, when the world sleeps,
Truth can end 400 years of oppression. Truth is never forgotten.
India will awake to the light of freedom.
Truth can make you believe in miracles, in magic. Truth. Truth can shake the world, move it, and bring it to a standstill. Because truth sets you free. For a century, we've been the voice of truth. The voice of the nation since 1924.
India spends $75 billion on foreign cargo vessels.
$71 billion per annum. That's a lot of money.
Imagine a situation where 95% of our cargo is coming on ships which are not owned by us. If we are still not prepared, if someone were to say that we are not going to give you ships, then we'll be stuck. So the entire nation's economy is at risk.
We are very clear that shipping is also strategic, because without that you can't really be the third largest economy in the world.
This and more. Streaming on News9 plus news is now content. Subscribe and get free vouchers.
Welcome back, you're watching News 9. In the aftermath of the Sambhal violence, investigations have revealed a 1-minute 26-second CCTV footage which shows the complete planning of the rioters involved in the violence. The footage, captured at about 9:30 a.m. on Sunday, shows the rioters preparing for stone pelting, covering their faces with cloth and gearing up to engage in the attack, like you can see. In another CCTV clip, however, from 9:22 a.m., lasting about 46 seconds, rioters are seen heading towards the Shahi Jama Masjid, picking up stones from the road. This footage, located right behind the mosque, shows a crowd gathered in the alley with a pile of bricks that's visible, from which the rioters are seen collecting stones and moving towards the mosque in that small alleyway. In the addition to the stone pelting, reports now confirm that 41 rounds of bullets were fired by the rioters. The Uttar Pradesh Police's forensic team recovered 41 empty cartridges from the spot, which included 21 shells of a 12-bore pistol, 11 shells of a 32-bore pistol, and 9 shells of a 315-bore pistol. And these pistols, mind you, have also been recovered from the accused. Now, the police have also acted upon a new audio recording of the rioters in which they are heard discussing the need to bring goods, including pistols. Based on the audio, 3 individuals, Amir Pathan, Muhammad Ali and Faizan Abbasi, have been detained, and these individuals have provided key information to the police, identifying 49 more rioters who are currently being traced. The audio also reveals that the rioters were instructing the crowd to gather near the mosque, indicating a well-coordinated attack. Now, in another development, the Uttar Pradesh police have also arrested a man named Farhat for allegedly spreading rumors following the stone pelting incident on the 24th of this month. He has been booked under multiple sections of the law, including 170, 126, 135 of the BNS. Some reactions from major stakeholders and police authorities next.
शासन ने किसी भी उस अधिकारी के खिलाफ कार्रवाई नहीं की जिसने गोली चला के लोगों को मार दिया है। किसी भी अधिकारी के खिलाफ मुकदमा कायम नहीं हुआ है। सब दिख रहा है, टीवी सीधे दिख रहा है। उस पर तो कोई सीसीटीवी कैमरा या ड्रोन की भी जरूरत नहीं। एवरीबॉडी हैज सीन इट कि कौन गोली चला रहा है, कौन गोली मारने के लिए कह रहा है। ऐसे लोगों के खिलाफ भी कोई कार्रवाई नहीं हुई।
कैसा फोटो लगाएंगे आप? राइट टू प्राइवेसी का जजमेंट है, राइट टू प्राइवेसी फंडामेंटल राइट है। किसकी फोटो लगा देंगे आप? क्या कोर्ट ने प्रूफ किया? कोर्ट में प्रूफ करिए आप। और सबसे पहले जब तक वो पुलिस ऑफिसर सीओ रहेगा, एसडीएम होगा, इंसाफ तो होगा नहीं। उन्हीं की मौजूदगी में सब तमाशे हुए, फायरिंग हुई, 5 लोगों की मौत हो गई, वहां पर मर्डर हो किया गया उन लोगों को। वो जो वीडियो दिख रहा है जो पुलिस वाले मार रहे हैं, वो क्या था? फूल बरसा रहे थे, फूल बरसा रहे थे वो लोग। जो विजुअल्स हैं सारी दुनिया देख रही है। वो फूल बरसा रहे थे क्या? और आप उसको नया ट्विस्ट देते हैं हर थोड़े दिन को.
Well, now heavy rains continue to batter Puducherry, Karaikal and parts of Tamil Nadu, disrupting normal life and prompting widespread safety measures. Schools and colleges in Puducherry and Karaikal remain shut today after Education Minister announced a holiday due to the ongoing heavy rains. Several districts in Tamil Nadu, including Chennai, Chengalpet and Kanchipuram, have also closed down schools. The India Met Department has warned that cyclonic storm Fengal is forming in the Bay of Bengal. A deep depression over the southwest bay is moving slowly northwest at 3 kilometers per hour, and as of Wednesday night it was located at 320 kilometers southeast of Nagapattinam, 420 kilometers southeast of Puducherry and 500 kilometers southeast of Chennai. It is expected to intensify into cyclonic storm within the next couple of hours and make landfall near the Tamil Nadu-Puducherry coastline as a deep depression on 30th of November. Ministers of Tamil Nadu have conducted inspections while district officials coordinated relief efforts, and the heavy rains have already caused significant damage, particularly in Tamil Nadu's Kaveri Delta, where over 2,000 acres of paddy fields have been submerged. Swamy has urged immediate government intervention to provide relief to the affected farmers. Meanwhile, rain-related incidents including the collapse of an old house and a Dargah tank wall that has also collapsed have been reported in the run-up to the landfall of this cyclone Fengal. Uprooted trees have caused power outages and several areas remain waterlogged. The NDRF teams and SDRF teams have been deployed across the Delta districts and Chennai to assist in the relief operations. Authorities remain on high alert as the region braces for more rains in the coming days. Paddy fields completely left submerged. Landfall expected on the 30th of November on the coastline near Puducherry and Tamil Nadu. Another development vis-a-vis the Bangladesh turmoil and situation. Now, Awami League President Sheikh Hasina has issued a scathing statement condemning the recent killing of a lawyer in Chittagong, calling it a gross violation of human rights. She labelled the perpetrators as terrorists who must be swiftly identified and brought to justice. She warned that if the Yunus government, which she described as unconstitutionally usurped, fails to act against these terrorists, it will itself face consequences for human rights violations. Sheikh Hasina called on the people of Bangladesh to unite against terrorism and militancy and emphasized the urgent need to ensure the safety and security of all the citizens. She also condemned the broader failure of the current regime to manage essential services, provide security and prevent violence, highlighting the unjust arrest of a top Sanatan religious leader and the burning of a temple in Chittagong. She criticized the ongoing attacks on religious institutions, including mosques, shrines, churches, and Ahmadiyya community properties. Hasina also strongly protested against the persecution of Awami League leaders and workers, law enforcement officials, and ordinary citizens through arrests and assaults. She reaffirmed her call for religious freedom, protection of property, and an end to anti-democratic actions in Bangladesh. Right now on your screens is a Hindu Jagran Manch protest that's being carried out in Sialda in West Bengal. Mind you, ISKCON Kolkata has been very active ever since the Chinmoy Anand Das Brahmachari, the chief of ISKCON Bangladesh, was arrested by the Dhaka police. In Sialda in West Bengal, a complete protest that is now taking place over the Bangladesh turmoil and situation and the unlawful arrest of ISKCON chief in Bangladesh. The Hindu Jagran Manch and its protest in Sialda, West Bengal. Even as the Ministry of External Affairs has submitted that written statement in the Parliament over what it feels it has done for the situation in Bangladesh. The Hindu Jagran Manch and various other Hindu outfits continue to protest across the length and breadth of the country, urging the Bangladeshi government to ensure protection of all the minorities, especially the Hindus. Well, time for us to slip into a quick commercial breather here. Top news and developments right on the other side. Keep watching News9.
Jonty Rhodes and Alan Donald, they're kind of the reason why I started playing.
I think most young spinners, when they're growing up, Shane Warne was just everything, wasn't he? He was one of the greats of all time.
Playing against India was always challenging in India.
We're not allowed to bowl a bouncer, so that tells you that they want to see runs on the board.
Clean ball. It's totally different era you in and we are in.